Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Let There Be Talk. This episode's brought to you by El Cajon Harley. You know who you are? You're at El Cajon Harley. You're going to ride.
You know who you are?
Yeah.
You're getting a lawsuit from GNID.
No way. You're going to ride. El Cajon Harley. Get yourself a motorcycle from them down there in El Cajon, California. And while you're there, you might want to move there because it's beautiful. Spicer loves it down there. You got the sea air and all kinds of great stuff and great riding. El Cajon Harley got all kinds of good shit. Go see him. Don't sleep. What's going on, guys?
We're back, baby.
Yeah.
Speaking of no sleep, you know.
Zero sleep.
You were on the road for forever, tour bus life. Steve, you were everywhere. And I have 2 kids, so we're ready to roll. You know
Yeah. Steve Henry's with us here today, and Spicer's here. And our topic today is favorite summer vacation, which we're going to get into. Steve drove his 2016 Prius through 48 states.
Yes, sir. Started in California, went to Utah, Arizona, New Mexico, went down south, and went up the eastern seaboard there, went to Canada. Actually went to Canada.
Yeah.
Came back down through Detroit. Ew. And then I went back across the country, back to Cali.
Did you bitch out on any of them and like cut through 4 corners and be like, 4 states, bitch? And then just like keep going or whatever? Did it.
We bitched out on Florida.
I bitched out on Florida. I went to Pensacola and then ditched Florida and went to Alabama. But I did meet a Navajo guy in New Mexico who said I could stand somewhere and be in all
4 corners.
4 corners.
Yeah.
I didn't want to drive 30 miles backwards.
And Steve, he did this all on his own, and we ran into each other twice. Once when I was headlining at the Comedy Works, so he got to do a spot there.
I think Steve was just trying to stalk you, and you kept going different ways. And he's like, motherfucker, 30 miles back.
He was playing Pokemon, and I was the dude.
Yeah. He goes to this old Navajo tracker. Have you seen this man? And he's like...
Yeah.
He's like smoke signals going.
So
trying
he
to
just
find
went to
Dean.
Utah.
It's funny because I did ask Dean about his travel dates for the summer, and I remember looking at a couple of them and thinking, whoa, we might actually bump into each other. But we bumped into each other twice, which is crazy. Denver and Atlantic City of all places.
Yeah, we had a great time in Atlantic City. We were at the Taj Dump. Which is Spanish for gotta take a dump. The Taj Dump, Taj Mahal, which they just announced that it's going out of business.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because I've been shitting on the place for about 3 weeks now. And one of the funniest things about it is now it makes all kinds of sense. As we were checking in at like 6 a.m., the tour bus rolls in, and usually the tour manager will say, hey, we're here, the key, here's your key. And he hands you your key, goes in and gets the keys, and then you go in. So there's like 10 guys on the bus, and they all go upstairs. I go into my room, and I notice there's no blanket. It's just a sheet and a fucking pillow. And it didn't matter because it's boiling. I mean, boiling out. So I go, oh, fucking, I'm out. And I sleep, and round 1, I run into the other guys, and they're like, oh, what a nightmare. I had to get like 4 different rooms. Guy said he opened the first room. There's just a naked couple in there. He could have got shot. The guy's like, what the fuck's going on? He's like, well, hold on, sir. He goes down, gets another key, goes up. Piss stains. Like someone just took a piss all over the bed.
That's why.
The next one had blood. Ooh. What the fuck?
So here's the hypothetical for you guys.
Yeah.
Blood or piss stains, you got to stay in one of the rooms. Which room do you pick?
Piss, man. You can't get AIDS from piss. Right?
I don't think you're going to get AIDS from a blood stain, but...
There's no murder with piss.
I might pick blood because blood doesn't stink.
Yeah.
Like, I want to be wrapping myself up in it, but I want to be in a pee room all day.
Right.
I'd rather be in blood room. I'd be like, the guy probably deserved it.
Oh, my God.
Other than, like, someone paid a lot of money to get peed on in this room.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
well, I figured it out. Once they announced they were closing, it was... they just didn't have any more maid service.
Oh, shit.
So I think what they were doing is, ask Steve, the building is monstrous. And we got the fucking penthouse. We were on the fucking, after I had the shit room, I got upgraded. Another guy goes, I'm splitting, you can have my room, a guy on the tour. And we go up, Steve and I, we open the door. It's the dual doors, the classic penthouse.
Right.
With the fucking balcony with views of entire Atlantic City all the way down the beach with thousands of seagulls, and it was full moon.
You know you're going into a $3,000 a night room when you go into the room, and then all of a sudden you turn a corner. It's huge.
Yeah.
And then you turn another corner when you go into the bathroom.
There was 2 bathrooms. It had a giant honeymoon hot tub in the master bedroom. Hilarious.
Mirrors in the
Mirrors
ceiling.
on the ceiling.
Oh,
It's made for
yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
So what's happening to this property? Like, first of all, Atlantic City.
Yeah.
I mean, is it going to be around in 10 years? Like, what the fuck? Like, it's
Well, immediately I did some research because I was like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
Me, Atlantic City is Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah.
I've been fucking hearing that song all my life. I've been hearing Atlantic City. And it's got the classic boardwalk.
it's Boardwalk Empire.
Yeah, it's got all the old roller coasters and the fucking, the games.
Carnival, yeah.
Oh, that shit's cool, man. But what happened was there's 2 things. There's a massive strike going on there.
Okay.
And I guess, and this is hilarious.
They were outside.
Yeah, they're outside,
Striking
full
it
on.
out.
Bullshit, fuck you. Like there's kids vacationing and I'm like, bullshit, fuck you.
Trump has nothing to do with the property.
He
but
has
they were
nothing to do with
striking
it.
against Trump.
Yeah, he sold it a long time ago. These people don't even know who they're working for, you know what I mean? And the people rent his name. What's up, bud?
I just like the idea that they're like, bullshit, fuck you. Elsa J.
Yeah, right? So well, I found out what's going on. So the strike has been going on, I guess, for months. And they said it cost them tens of millions a day. I'm like, come on, dude, tens of millions a day. Anyway, whatever it costs, they struck so long that it was done.
Huh.
Oh, wow.
And so I started asking around why Atlantic City was dead, because there's the showboats closed.
Yeah.
There's just giant casino towers. It looks like Scooby-Doo episode, just haunted hotels.
Yeah.
And they said that all the Indian casinos, which we played a couple Indian casinos on the tour that are beautiful and new and massive, wiped out Atlantic City, because now no longer was that a destination of the only place you could gamble on the East Coast. It was like either Vegas, West Coast, or there. And it wiped it out, and people stopped going, And other people just go to the Jersey Shore boardwalk with their family if they're not gambling. So that's really what's going on there. We got a call. Let's grab it real quick. What's going on, man? You're on the air.
Hey, what's going on, DDR?
Yeah, how are you? Who's calling?
Hey, man, this is Vince.
Vince, where you calling from? Atlantic City?
Calling from LA, man.
Oh, fuck, a rare LA call. How are you, man? What do you got? You got any questions?
No, man, you were talking about, my favorite, summer.
Oh, yeah.
What we did for summer and stuff like that.
Totally.
And then one time, me and my band, the Mormons, were, traveled. We toured across the country. But, one of the favorite times that we had was just, sitting around the van talking about music and Howard Stern ball sack. Hit him with the high!
Wow. You guys talk ball sack? Did he hang
And
up?
Baba Booey and all that stuff. I
Oh,
really like Baba Booey.
Yeah, Baba Booey, man. I love Howard Stern. I was just at the Howard Stern studios. I didn't get to go in. I was doing Eddie Trunk.
You have to go. You have to at least get up on the wrap-up show, man. You have to get in there.
I'm trying, man. Actually, as I was leaving, I ran into one of the interns, and he said, hey, Dean. And I knew the guy. And he said, next time I come to town, I could do some of the prank calls for them. Which is cool. I said, I'm fucking in. So,
Dude, you have to do it, dude.
that studio's beautiful, that place, man. What a XM radio is just right there, right across the street from Radio City Music Hall. You get off this fucking F train and walk right in. I was like, this is where I need to be.
Your buddy Marin was on Howard, too. Did you hear him on there?
No, when was that?
That was actually maybe a year ago or something like that. He was good on there. He was nervous, though. You should talk to him about it.
I must have heard that and just drawn a blank, but if not, I'm going to fire that up again. But thanks for calling in, dude.
Hey, thanks, man. See you around.
See ya. Yeah, so, okay, what were you saying, Steve?
I was going to say that driving across the country, I noticed in a lot of states that There's a lot of Indian casinos just outside the main neighborhoods in like in Montana, Oklahoma, Texas, of course California and Nevada, and then I didn't know that about New Jersey, but yeah, they're popping up all over the place. If you're a gambler, you're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah. We did one in Verona, New York, which is 6 hours, I believe, from Atlantic City. And it was beautiful. I forgot what it's called, like the Trade Winds or something like that. But the thing was massive. It had an incredible concert venue that held 5,000, which I saw all kinds of comics had done it, like Burr.
Yeah.
And, you know, all these dudes over the years. And then they had a cool-ass, like, 700-seater that looked like your classic Vegas showroom, real dark with the round stage and the cool booths and
Yeah,
shit.
that's
I was
awesome.
like, that's a fucking great room. But it was in the middle of nowhere, though, man.
When
Upstate.
I was driving down from Oregon, I crossed over the California border, and within maybe 60 miles, there was a casino right in my face. Like, yeah, come here and hang out. I mean, in California, Northern California, right after you get over the border of Oregon, there's nothing there. Nothing.
Yeah.
It's like Mount Shasta.
I love that.
And a casino.
It looks like some people say. You ever heard that that fucking myth that people think that there's like a government inside Mount Shasta?
Oh, really?
I love that. though.
Yeah, right. Like inside there is like a secret society that's really running America. That's what happens when you cruise with a hitchhiker who has peyote. Starts giving you all that kind of shit. We got another call, but that's what he said. He's like, you know what's going on up there, right? Like, no. Hey, what's going on? You're on the air, man.
Light the candles!
Candles are lit. Who's calling?
What's up, man? This is Joe. I'm calling from Louisville, Kentucky.
Oh, Kentucky, badass. Our first call ever from Kentucky. What's happening?
Well, it's Louisville, so we're not really Kentucky. If you ever come visit, you'll know the difference once you get outside the city.
Okay.
No, man, I just saw the Instagram post and was like, hey, man, what's up with vacation talk?
Yeah,
So,
what's your favorite summer vacation?
Well, since my wife and I have been married, we've been to her homeland in Puerto Rico 4 times.
Oh.
And, man,
Nice.
it is the best.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, I've been there with the Rolling Stones. It's spectacular.
I mean, from, like, you can go to the mountains, and then 10 minutes later, you're on the beach, and then 10 minutes later, you're in the rainforest.
Yeah, it's
And,
California. You know, it's amazing. They got cockfighting there, legal. Have you gone to that?
No cockfighting. I've been to the drag races where all the crazy Puerto Rican dudes like rotary engines. So it's like, 900 horsepower weed eaters and stuff. It's crazy.
I was like, I couldn't even believe they had cockfighting. I was like, oh yeah, I got to go to that. You think it's going to be cool. Like, you're not even, you forget that it's actual animals. You know what I mean? And then you get there and you go, oh, this is kind of fucked. You know what I mean? Like immediately you just go, I feel dirty. I'm out of here. You just fucking leave. And it was this giant arena full of people. I'd never seen somebody be like midday just in there gambling, man. It's like, it's a strange thing. And the roosters come down from the roof in these plastic boxes. They can see each other. And they got the blades on the feet, It's like, oh, man, it's dirty. But the beaches are beautiful there. And it's part of USA. Crazy.
Yeah, man, you go down there, no passport, everything, costs like a third less. And your money doesn't go as far, but, as far as like going international. But it's awesome, man. We love it. We're going back next August, so I can't wait. It's going to be awesome.
Did you meet your lady there on a vacation or online?
No, her mom and dad moved to Kentucky for her dad's job, and so we met here locally, and we've been married for 9 years, and we've been to Puerto Rico 4 times. So this will be our 5th trip. Yeah, man, it's awesome.
I bet like Trump doesn't like that, Like, your lady out there, we got to get these people out of here.
She's like, I'm American. I don't. Shut up.
What kind of American are you? Well, Puerto Rico's part of USA. You fucking moron. I love it. Thanks for calling in, man.
All right, man. See y'all later. Thanks for the podcast, man. It's great. We love it.
Thank you so much, man. Yeah, fucking Puerto Rico. You been there, Spice?
I've not been to Puerto Rico. Bermuda. I've done Bermuda, which is not,
Right.
whatever. Kind of not the same, but the same. Beautiful. I haven't even been to Hawaii.
Whoa,
believe it or not. I need to go.
It's a long flight.
I feel like if you're going to go from anywhere, from LA or San Diego is where you go from, though, going to Hawaii. I went to Bermuda when I lived in Houston, and that's kind of like the closest, coral reef.
Right.
Or whatever is Bermuda, and that's not that long of a flight. But I love getting away. It's just harder and harder to do as you get older, I think.
You did it recently, remember, with the rich people, and they had the cool setup. You got the family.
Yeah, I definitely remember that. We went down to Mexico. It was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But it's harder and harder to do to find that time when, my schedule's clear, the wife's schedule's clear. Right now, the kids, we can kind of schlep them around, but pretty soon it's like they'll be in school, and you can't just...
Yep.
I mean, sometimes you can be like, you're gone for a week because we're going skiing or whatever, but it gets harder. Like, when you got called to go on this tour, did you have to, like, clear any other shit up? Or is it just like, bags packed, here I go?
That's what's so great about it. The number one thing about being single with zero fucking...
But you had to have had some gigs or something. Like, at what...
I was headlining Toronto.
Yeah.
And then I thought I would... I called them and said, here's the deal. Because I never cancel any gigs except the one ever for my neck when I thought I had cancer in Reno at the Laugh Factory. And still fucking pissed about that. I missed out on money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's my rent.
Yeah, you're just too big of a pussy to go perform.
Oh, yeah. Fucking goddamn cedar cyanide, man. I was backwards money when I got there. I had to give them money, you know what I mean? But anyway, I called up Toronto Booker and I said, hey, dude, I don't want to cancel on you, so let me run this by you. I've got this Alice in Chains tour, and it's exactly the same time as why I'm in Toronto, but it ends in New York, and when I'm done, I can fly up to Toronto and do the following week or the week after, and it's a new club. So he goes, yeah, that sounds good, and I go, are you sure? And he goes, yeah. So now I go, oh, cool.
Right.
I've got 2 bookings.
Yeah.
I got the tour and then this. And then as soon as I booked it and everything, he texted me like 2 days later and said, yeah, I don't know, man, maybe sometime down the road, like September. He fucked me because the amount of money, of course, I was going to do the Alice in Chains tour, but the amount of money of the Toronto gig and one other gig I was going to do was the same money as Alice in Chains.
Yeah.
Just doing 4 gigs.
Right,
But
right.
Alice in Chains was way more fun.
Well, it's a new hour also. It's a new hour of material.
And more prestigious and
Yeah.
just fucking epic being out on tour with a rock band, you know?
Free
And
food.
we ate like kings, man. Every night they had like fucking chefs and shit. Steve ate it up, right?
Oh, that salmon was so good.
Oh, yeah. They have like healthy food and then they got garbage food.
Yeah.
They have gluten,
Yep.
meat, salmon, chicken, all types of stuff.
Yeah.
I wanted to put everything in my bag and just take it. And then when we left, everyone was leaving. There's all this food still sitting there.
Yeah, they're like, take whatever you want. But we fucking ate like 3 times, you know? But we took a bag of waters. Oh
Yeah.
my God. We're going through the casino like straight white trash. Well, not
Dean's
Steve.
got his own
Steve's not
bag.
white trash, but I was. Yeah, and I got this
Dean's
bag.
got his own bag. I've got my own bag.
It's just like slop, slop, slop,
But-
slop,
But
slop.
they were bottled waters, you know, so it was like clunk, clunk, and they weighed like 1,000 pounds.
And we're talking Fiji. We're not talking about that Nestle crap. Like
Yeah.
that good expensive.
period.
You're not talking about
Ralph's
purified drinking water straight from the tap to my mouth.
And then Dean gave me a tour of the bus. The bus.
The tour bus.
The tour bus. I'd never been on one. I mean, I've been on like a Greyhound, but this thing.
Kind of the same thing, right?
Maybe
Yeah,
want to.
right.
Heck no. Maybe want to go on tour.
Oh, it's so nice, right?
That's great.
You got the back lounge is where I slept because nobody liked the back lounge. They said, "Oh, it's over the wheels. It's too bouncy." But I like it because it's like your own bedroom.
Yeah, you're like spread out.
yeah. You got plasma screen and you got
Yeah.
fucking ice cold drinks and so I was back there chilling and I do like the bunks though too because you can you
Just
can
disappear.
sack out in
Yeah.
a bunk, you know. But yeah, took Steve on there, and then we drove up from Atlantic City to New York, which was fun as shit.
was good to catch up.
700 pay stops.
Yeah.
What a bullshit, right?
Yeah.
Like we complain about like the Golden Gate Bridge is $5 or $10
Yeah.
now.
$7.50 now.
Every stop was like fucking on that thing. It was like $2.
$2 and then $10 at one point.
To go through a tunnel.
Yeah, to go through the Holland Tunnel.
Yeah.
New York is no joke, because I used to live there in 86 to 88, and I remember my dad used to always pay for the tolls. They were like, back then, like $6, $8, but man, they've gone up. I don't understand how people go back and forth. They have to be broke.
They work every day.
Yeah, they just nickel and dime you. And you get one of those passes so you don't even know you're doing it, and it's
track.
just like bloop, bloop, bloop,
Yeah.
bloop, 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 and you've bought like
you get a bill.
new fucking turntable every month or whatever, and you're just like, fuck.
We figured it out. Let's say you make, $35 an hour. And your first hour of your day at work is free. You're working for free.
Yeah.
Because you got the tolls, gas, and lunch.
Yeah, and if you're coming from New Jersey, because some people are probably commuting into the city, gosh, forget it. And then parking, that's why you should just take public transportation. That's why the public transportation is so good there. But even though public transportation is amazing in New York, the traffic is still ridiculous going into Manhattan.
Traffic's crazy, man.
It's
like I got in a town car. I was going somewhere, and I was going to see GNR at MetLife.
Mm-hmm.
And just to go, maybe, I think it was 3 miles, was an hour.
Oh.
wow.
Like because it was a Sunday and everybody was in the city shopping and shit.
Yeah.
I was like, this is fucked.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't believe it. I realized something while I was in New York, and I was telling Steve this, and I don't know if I told you this, but I need both coasts in my life now. Like, I was immediately like, oh, I gotta move here.
Yeah.
You know, the whole time I was saying that, but then as soon as I landed here, I was like, oh yeah, that's right. But I need both. And
You're just going to be Ari Shaffir 2.0.
I'm going for
Basically.
that. That's what I'm trying to figure out right now. So if you're listening to this podcast, you got a couch I can sleep on. I want to go to New York every other month and do about 6 days of comedy and come home every other month.
Yeah,
So-
this New York fits Dean's personality, because Dean's a walker. He likes to explore.
Yeah.
And that's all that island is, man. You just take the subway and just explore left to right. And then
Well,
you put the comedy clubs in the middle. It's perfect.
Could tell you were in New York for a while because you're really slimmed down. The cocaine in New York's really good.
Yeah.
Like you've been taking care of yourself, just going on nonstop.
Yeah.
And,
Coking and walking.
coking and walking.
You know.
I was just waiting for pictures on Dean's Instagram and Twitter of him on the subway just taking secret pictures of people doing crazy stuff.
Oh, it's funny because Marin has a great joke about New York, and I'm not going to do it, but as I was in New York the whole time, I kept thinking of Marin's joke, just dying. But, you're on a subway, and I love the subways. And as I'm getting older, I just like trains and subways, man. I've been so used to riding and have to be alert the whole time.
Yeah.
And I am pretty blown away how people just walk around and look at their phones the whole time in New York. And I'm like, is anybody getting robbed here? You know what I mean?
I've been wondering that for years. Like, why aren't there more carjackings? Their phones should be getting taken even more. Like, why would I take your purse? That's like $200. Why wouldn't I take the iPhone? That's $600. Some of these phones are $800.
Yeah.
And you're taking the purse? Come on, dude.
So
It surprises me.
I'm on there, and every day you get this guy that comes on, and he just comes in the car and he goes, okay, can I have everyone's attention?
Oh, yeah.
I'm currently out of work, and I need some change. I would like to get a Carl's Jr. Western double bacon cheese. And then they just come, and they're screaming. And you're like, what the fuck? And it's every day like a dude comes on,
It's New York.
Things that
man.
break my heart is when it's the kids and they're coming on like playing music or whatever, and it's like like 3 kids that are brothers or something coming on and just kind of panhandling and doing anything, and you're on they're on your car and you're on a spot where it's a while between stations or whatever, so they're not gonna switch, and you're just like,
Man,
Yeah,
guilt.
Yeah.
After I got off the Statue of Liberty, there was this lady that was selling paintings that had nothing to do with New York, nothing to do with Statue of Liberty. It was all Marvel characters. Like,
nice, yeah.
And I was just like, this is the perfect place to make some money, because there's people coming off the Statue of Liberty, the ferry, like all day long, and they were just sitting there in the park.
In that big park area?
Yeah, just
I like
selling
that park.
stuff. I was
That
just
park's
like,
dope.
Is this legal? He's
No,
just
of course not.
making money.
Yeah, of course not.
Yeah, the best record store I saw in New York was on the corner of Houston and Christie. I talked about it. I tweeted a
Yeah, I
photo
saw
of
the
it.
picture.
The guy had about 50 records. They were all mint, and they were all unbelievable records, you know?
And the guy on 4th and Houston just had his apartment robbed, and he was
Yeah.
fucking pissed.
Yeah. I did a dream thing that I've always wanted to do, and I'm always in New York in the winter. And this time I was like, I don't give a fuck what's going on. I'm doing it. I rode the F train out to Coney Island and rode the Cyclone.
Nice.
That's great. That's awesome, man.
And everybody, it's amazing when you live in LA and you're a comedian, how we go all over the place, like for a spot. Like we'll go to Irvine to do 15 minutes.
Yeah.
We'll go to Brea. We'll go to San Diego. We'll go to Bakersfield. So everybody I told, I go, yeah, I'm going out to Coney Island. They're like, whoa, man, that's out there. Man. You're going out there, huh? And I was like, what do you, yeah. It says it's 50 minutes, you know? I get on the train, the F train sub, and it just goes straight there. I was actually there in 40 minutes. It opens up. You walk downstairs, and there's the roller coaster.
Yeah.
I walked over, bought 2 tickets. I rode the front car, I rode the back car, and then got across the street again on the subway back home.
Did you have to kill any warriors?
Yeah,
Like,
I went out there. Warriors! But let me tell you, that thing was built in 1927. Have you ever rode it?
I have not. I've rode like the knockoffs, like the San
Of
Diego
course.
and stuff like that. Yeah.
The entire car now is covered in padding and vinyl. I mean, it looks like a mental ward.
Yeah.
Like complete. Because when you hit the first turn, now you need somebody in the car because I was just solo. It slammed me. The G's, I was like, whoa, fuck. I was trying to film. And then the next turn slammed me over here, back and forth. It is a fucking...
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
I was trying to film.
I was trying,
crazy?
I was trying
He's
to
like,
film.
respect the vlog!
Yeah.
Respect the vlog!
Instagram! I had my arm up. It immediately went down from the G's. I slammed into the turn. But what a fucking ride, man. It is
Good for you.
it is so fun. You go up the first hill and you look, and there's the classic the kind of the drop ride that you see in the Warriors, and then the wheel, the roll, the Ferris wheel. It's
Whatever,
called Wheel of World or something. And then there's the ocean and fucking the boardwalk, and it's just classic American, man. Just Americana, you know, like wow. And everybody's having a great fucking time.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm such a West Coast snob where I feel like an East Coast beach, like who the fuck wants to watch the sun rise at the beach? It just feels weird to me to be at the beach and have the sunset behind you.
Yeah.
Like I'd want to go to like the alcove where like you go out and then around and then there's still a beach and you're watching the sunset. Like to me, a beach is a sunset. And it just seems weird. Like you go to Coney Island, like it's getting dark. Oh yeah, it's setting behind. And you just kind of leave. I don't know.
You know, to me, it's more of like the history of the place. You think about the Warriors. You think about Annie Hall and which, by the way, I saw the new Woody Allen film. But you think about Woody Allen, and you think about the families back in 1927. That thing must have been beyond fast. Now we're in cars and shit that go 150 miles an hour.
Right.
But this thing goes like 60. Can you imagine in 1927 being like one of the first riders of that thing and just going, what the fuck?
Well, that's what. So I helped host the Alamo Drafthouse did a screening of Star Wars episodes 4, 5, and 6 here at the Ace Hotel, the Ace Theater.
Oh, I love it.
And I got to help host that. And it was my first time in the Ace. And this is also like a 1920s theater or whatever.
Beautiful.
Fucking gorgeous.
Steve and I went.
It's incredible. And this place was
DJ
packed.
AM?
It's like 1,600 people or whatever. It's
Yeah.
just to the gills. Sitting there on stage and just thinking about like how mind-blowing this place is and how mind-blowing it must have been in the 20s.
then.
Yeah.
But then I'm thinking maybe it wasn't, because if you were affluent enough to go to the theater, that's how all theaters were.
That's how they all
So you
looked back then,
expected
yeah.
it. So I
Yeah.
feel like maybe Coney, like you knew what you were getting into, or now it's like you go to Six Flags, you're like that sucks, only went 88 miles, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But like back then, I'm sure it was impressive, but you geared up for it. You're like, we are doing this thing. we've got the thing we're doing because most people were, sitting in their slum still, working 20-hour days, sending their kids to work, being covered in soot and whatever else the fuck they were doing.
And then you
trying to make it. Right.
Dressed up back in the days too to go to the theater.
And you went out and did something.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I wish. And I'm gonna Google it or YouTube it and see if there's any footage of the first rides.
Yeah.
I would love to see those people because it would be so scary because you'd never been on anything like that before, and you get on, and back then,
it was just like a lap band.
They didn't have that's what they got now. Back then, you just held onto the thing.
Oh fuck.
They still have the original kind of bar. You'd be like, whoa! We got a call. Let's grab it. Hey, what's going on? You're on the air.
Hey, I'm calling in for Steve A. Henry.
Yeah, he's here right
yes,
here.
how
bud.
you doing? This is Steve. What's up, bud? Who's this?
Steve, Sean Jackson, calling from Florida.
From Florida. What's up, man? Why? Why that state?
Not too much.
What's going on, man?
I'm glad to see you.
You know this guy?
Sean was one of the first
do.
people I met when I moved to Los Angeles. He was an actor out here, and he was a magician. We used to go out to the clubs and go everywhere. He used to just impress people with his palm reading, and he was my wingman basically.
Yeah.
And then he got married and moved to Florida. Went to New York, then went back to Florida. How you doing, Sean? We're talking about summer vacations, man. Wow. It's good
Yeah, I
for you
like
to
how
call
you
in.
get personal calls on the show. What the fuck is going on? Hey, man, I was just calling about your trip.
I
Steve,
put-
it's your
I
mom.
I put it on my Facebook.
Yeah,
by the way.
hilarious.
Well, I actually wanted to get Steve to admit something from a comedy standpoint, on the air. But let's see if he recalls this. So Steve, do you remember doing the crab walk or the bridge at a popular club
Oh no.
in Los Angeles?
The crab
All
walk.
right, so I can answer this question. Actually, that's a part of one of my sets now. The crab walk is something I used to do where I would get on the ground on my back and then kind of push myself up using my hands from behind my head.
Oh yeah, the popular dance move you see across the nation.
Yeah. And that was what I would use to impress women. I'd be like, watch this, because no one else in here
And
can
you're
do
still
it.
single?
And I can do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man.
That must have been Pussy City.
Yeah.
You were just jumping on your dick. It was raised up in the air, and they were just falling all over themselves.
That's part of
Wow.
my set, is that I used to think that would get me all kinds of
Oh
pussy.
my God.
And they used to look at me like, this dude's crazy. Sean, I do remember.
I like the way Sean was probably sitting there like as the anti-wingman being like, look at this fucking fool. Yo, baby, I don't know him. Let's get out of here. And now he's married and happy in Florida.
Twins.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, Steve was just in Florida and didn't visit you, so not too good of friends, I guess.
Hey, he should have moved to Pensacola.
Yes, I should have moved closer.
Oh.
Well, hey, Steve, let me just say congrats, man. Love you to death, and
Thank you,
proud
man.
of everything. Just since you already put it out there in terms of your prowess, you should go ahead and tell everyone about the time we went out, and you told I guess a group of girls that their skirts were too short, and you actually dared one of them to make out with you, and they did.
Oh my gosh, you remember that story?
That is shocking.
That's super wingman right there.
Sean, did you just open up this bank? Like, what memories are we going through, buddy? Like,
Yeah,
what's
yeah. He's like,
do you remember
oh,
that one
yeah.
time and I was there and you
Talk
were
to
there?
me, ice cream lady. Thanks for calling, Sean.
I love you, man.
Okay, thanks a lot. Take care, man.
All right.
What have you been doing while we were gone, Spice?
Lots of stuff. A lot of writing.
Yeah? Writing what, comedy or TV stuff?
TV stuff, trying to gear up for March's traditional writing staffing season here. So
March?
March.
That's a long ways away.
I got to get so people that don't know, like my writing partner, I wrote on Devious Maids last year, and we still keep in touch, but he kind of left the business.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get, for the past 2 years, everything I had written for TV is co-written. So I'm just trying to build up my solo stuff. So right now I have 2 pilots and 1 spec kind of out and just kind of getting back out into the world as a solo person. And then I've been diving into some more video games. I bought a VR headset. You need to come
nice.
over.
Those are great.
You got the one that goes on your phone, or
No, I bought an Oculus Rift, which is like the big one for my monster computer that I have at home in my office.
That's great.
And it's incredible. Then I bought a fancy chair. I got my first fancy desk chair ever, Herman Miller Aeron chair, and I'm like,
I love
ooh,
it.
I feel like I'm back in a law firm again.
Did you actually go to a store to get that, or did you do the Dean Delray and carry it down a hill?
You heard this story yet?
You should have rode it down a hill. What are you doing carrying that
I
thing?
wanted to, but it was beautiful. So I got an Aeron chair, and here's the fucking hilarious thing.
Dean is nuts.
So I'm out exercising every day now, and I live
Which,
on...
by the way, you look fantastic.
Kudos.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
I lost 30 pounds.
Incredible.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
30.
All it takes is one motorcycle accident, a sore neck, and finding out that acai berries are bad for you.
Yep. So I live on this kind of like normal street, but 2 streets behind me is Mansion City.
Yeah.
Which is and it's beautiful, you know. Which, by the way, I was hating my area, but loved my apartment. I was hating my area because I was like, man, I don't know anybody around here and stuff, man. This is fucked. I got to get back to Hollywood. But as I came back home this time, it was the first time it kind of felt like home.
You got that great barber shop right there, man. Don't leave. I got to come by to visit you so I can get my $10 haircut.
Dude, you want to go tomorrow? I'm going to get a haircut tomorrow.
I can probably go Thursday.
Okay, Thursday.
Maybe
Let's go Thursday.
Yeah.
I'll call them and make an appointment.
Okay.
Okay. So anyway, I ride through this neighborhood every day, and I love it. I love architecture. I love looking at homes. I love it. I always tell Burr about it, like, oh, dude, I've been in that house. And it's like, what? I go to open houses.
Yeah.
I love all that shit. So I was riding through this neighborhood, and I ride through it every day. It's because it's on this hard hill. And as I go, I see they're staging a house to sell.
Yeah.
And they're putting in new furniture, and they've thrown the other...
Right. Like, if you don't know, they'll take furniture that people that you would use to live in a house, and they put in stuff that photographs well and it looks great, but then when you go in there, you're like, wait, the couch isn't facing the TV.
Yeah.
But that's not the point. The point is it
Staged.
looks pretty. Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I roll up on... no, I wasn't on my bike. I was jogging this day because I bike now. I didn't have the bike yet. And I look, and there's an Aeron chair right at the garbage. And I go... What's going on? I go, the wheels have got to be broken. I get closer. Why would you throw that away? And I get closer and closer, and it's mint. I mean, fucking perfect.
Yeah.
And they're what, $700 or something?
More
you know?
new, yeah.
Yeah.
I got mine from like an office liquidation where it's like some .com and the Bay Area went under kind of thing, like recently. So some guy probably lost his job and killed himself. But I got a dope chair for
I was the same way.
dollar.
I got 2 for free back when I lived in San Fran.
Yeah.
One of the .coms closed, and the guy goes, hey, my office closed. Come down and grab chairs. They were great. I had them at the hut for like playing guitar.
So instead of Dean calling an Uber XL, what did you do, Dean?
Well, I grab it and I go, oh, I can just fucking, I'll just carry this home.
They're heavier. The base is heavier than you think.
Whoa.
They are. It's a well-made chair.
I'm carrying it up a hill. It's about 103 out. I only get about, I don't know, maybe 200, 300 feet, and I go, oh, this is fucked. But now I'm like,
You're in it.
I
You're in
really
it.
want this chair. And at the time, my back's been fucked.
Yeah.
My neck was fucked, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I can podcast in this chair.
It's a good chair.
And I can listen to records in this chair. I got to have this chair.
Yeah.
So I lift it over my head. I just start walking. In a rich neighborhood.
You joined CrossFit. You don't even know it.
Yeah. People are looking at me like rich people like, did this guy just rob someone because I'm tatted
Oh
up?
God, so good that you're white, man.
Yeah, you'd be
Good thing.
dead. You'd be dead if you weren't
Yeah.
white.
So, yeah, right. Just so I'm carrying it. And then I would set it down, and then I would sit in it for a while to rest. Like, oh God! Well, so people would drive by, just be sitting in this chair in the hills.
That's fucking great.
I get it home. It takes me an hour.
Yeah.
I've set it down. I drink like 2 gallons of water, and then I show Steve where I got it. Did I take it where I got it?
No, you just told me on the phone. I still haven't actually seen it yet.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
No.
He's like, that's Quentin Tarantino's house. There's
I went back and figured it out on the GPS, 2 miles.
Nice.
2 miles.
That was the 30 pounds right there. That was the entire
Wow.
fucking workout.
You should see it. It's
do that
mint.
every day.
And
Yeah.
it's the upgraded one. It's the leather one.
Okay, yeah.
So you got the ones with the net and everything.
Yeah.
It's got the net, but the arms are leather.
Yeah.
And the back piece here is leather, and it's fucking primo.
Yeah.
Now
Beautiful.
when podcast guests come over, they all grab it. They sit in it. And I'm, hey, that's my chair. You know?
You're a good
Yeah.
guest.
Yeah,
I mean, you're a good
so-
host.
Yeah,
That's one of the funny things about being a hardcore single person too is you'll commit to taking that chair down there,
Yeah.
but you will not commit to a relationship with a girl.
Yeah. So that was only an
That's my
hour.
life with
That was
this
only
thing.
2 miles an hour. You know what I mean? It wasn't fucking life.
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You got to come over. So anyway, I want to. If anybody's listening from New York, I want to say thank you. I had the best time of my life. My summer vacation was in New York. I had dreamed of being in New York in the summertime. I hadn't been there since 2006 in the summer. Every time I'm there, it's in the winter.
Yeah.
And New York in the summer is incredible. It's hot as fuck. It stinks. Like I said, the stench is New York's bully. It's just fucking bullying you. Anywhere you go, it's just, what is the fucking smells? I really can't believe it. And as hacky as that sounds, because everybody says, what's the smell? I never had realized how bad it was until you walk from the stand home. I was walking every night home, and I was just like, what the fuck is going on? And they got a new thing in New York I want to tell everybody about. That is, I call it homeless TV.
Okay.
So New York's mayor has talked into the some private company has dropped these things all over New York, and it's a test for America. They look like a kind of a big payphone booth, like a big phone booth, and it says free Wi-Fi.
Oh, yeah. I've heard about these. Yeah.
Okay. And what it is it's just, and there's no way a couple friends of mine are really, really paranoid, but it's a fucking info stealer. So this company has agreed to put them all over New York, and you plug in, you got free Wi-Fi, and you can watch shit. They got a screen, you can watch TV on them and
Yeah.
everything. But when you plug it in, it doesn't give you the outlet. You have to do the cord, what do they call it?
Use their USB cord or whatever.
USB cord, and it takes all your info.
No, come on.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound legal.
No, well, it doesn't sound legal.
This sounds like Dean went to New York and you got to. And now you're telling me about Mount Shasta. But
No. What it is they say that they're collecting info for advertisers and stuff in exchange for free Wi-Fi and stuff. So no citizens are using them. It's homeless. It's like now that I took a picture. A guy had a mattress,
yeah.
a box spring and a mattress,
Nice.
and a dog and his lady, and they were just laying in bed in front of it on 3rd Street and 16th, and just watching TV and surfing the net.
Yeah.
Like this is we got Wi-Fi at our apartment now. You know what I mean? It's like, you saw the photo I took of the guy?
I did. It's just I was just thinking to myself, that's New York, and that's what makes it beautiful. It has character.
Yeah, I love it. But I love New York, man.
Yeah.
When was the last time you gone?
Maybe 2 years ago, last year, I was going out fairly often because Improv versus Stand Up, the show I used to do out here at UCB, it still runs at UCB New York.
Oh,
so
wow.
I go out. The Del Close Marathon is a big improv comedy marathon hosted at UCB New York. So I went out there for that. It was probably 2 years ago. It was the last time. I didn't go this past year. Maybe it was only a year ago. They just had one. But it's always in the summer, and it's awesome. It's great. And then a couple times I went out for like big video game events and stuff like that.
Oh,
What a
man.
city.
Nice.
Dude, I hung out with Robert Kelly, Bobby Kelly, who let me do his podcast. Big Jay Okerson, that did his podcast. I did 21 spots at the stand.
Yeah.
All the comics were fucking amazing. Let's grab this call real quick. What's going on? You're on the air. Hello?
Hello?
Yep.
Hello?
Yep.
Yo, Dean.
Yeah, you're way behind. Go ahead and turn the radio down.
1 second. 1 second. Hello?
Yep.
All right. I can hear you guys better. Sorry about that. I was watching you live. I haven't seen you guys in a while. How was the summer?
Fuck,
It was great.
That's what we're talking about. Summer vacations. It was epic. Steve Henry drove to all 48 states. I went on tour, and Spicer.
I lit a bunch of fires around Southern California. If you guys weren't here, I was just lighting fires everywhere.
Whoa.
He just did
I'm
it
a fire
for the-
starter.
He just did it for the Instagram sky pics.
Yeah. What do you got going, dude? Who is this, and where are you calling from? Cool. Lost him.
I gotta run. I will
ya.
see you hopefully Thursday, if not before. Steve, I'm so glad you were here.
All right, Spicer.
And then we're back, baby.
Yeah.
We're back.
So great.
Back.
This is Nate. I'm
All right,
from
I'm done.
San
Bye.
Jose, California. I was actually checking you guys out.
Well, you're on a serious delay, dude.
He's calling from the past.
Yeah.
Hi, bud.
See you, Spice.
Later, guys.
All right, thanks for calling in, man. There's some kind of problem. We got to get rid of that because it's just it makes for some bad radio. Thanks, Aaron. Anyway, yeah, I want to give some guys some shout outs, so here, real quick.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
That I met while I was there. Some comedians. Let me see here, because they were just they were such cool people.
Even the mics I did in New York, the comedy's different. You just know it immediately. Like those guys, man, they write a lot.
All right, Aaron Berg, awesome. This guy's a monster host. He would host a lot of the shows at the Stand and just fucking kill it. Look him up on Instagram. And then Mike Finoia. We became great friends. He's a Grateful Dead freak, and I know he's sad today because we lost Jerry Garcia on this day, which is, and he has a great podcast called Jamcast, which I did, and it'll be coming out in a couple weeks. And it was interesting to be there. While I was there, this guy, Mike Finoia, auditioned to be a regular at the Cellar. And so it was cool because, everybody always asks me, how do you get passed at the store and all that? And it was awesome to watch the process and the nerves going through him and everything as he was getting ready to audition.
Oh, you went with him to the audition?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, you just,
man.
what it is you do 5 minutes, kind of like how the store does it now, in the middle of a regular show.
Oh, man.
So it was a Saturday night. No, sorry. It was a Friday night. It was wall-to-wall people, sold out, which the Cellar is sold out every show, every night, like the store. They do 3 a night. It's like 7:30, 10, and midnight or something.
Yeah.
And they're all sold out every night. Now, they've got another room around the corner now because since they're sold out, now they have the Village Underground ran by the Cellar.
Wait, so the Cellar, is that the one that Louis has in his show?
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
And it's a massive, prestigious comedy club.
Yeah.
It's like
There's no telling who's going to be in there.
Well, it's like Attell, it's Norton, it's Bobby Kelly. It's what's his name? I love it. Oh, drawing a blank on his name right now. The dude that was on Tourgasm, super tall. God, what
Gary Goldman.
There you go. I know the guy,
nice.
and I'm drawing a fucking blank on his name because I don't get to see him anymore because he moved back to New York. Gary Goldman, who's an absolute murderer. One of the best comics I've seen because he's clean and just kills, man. Who else was there a lot? Just all the East Coast killers,
Yeah.
Anyway, so Mike auditioned and got passed.
That's great.
Yeah.
Oh, congrats on that.
Yeah, congrats to that. And let's see, who else did I meet out there? Shit, I don't know how to say her last name. Do you? She was on the roast battle.
Christy Chiello?
I guess so.
Chiello or Chiello?
Right. She was on the roast battle and really nice woman. I did Bobby Kelly's podcast with her. And then, of course, Mike Lawrence, who's coming up on an episode of this show. Mike Lawrence won the roast battle. I interviewed him on the street in front of the Stand, which is a great interview coming up. Let's see, who else was out there? I did Eddie Trunk's XM Radio. I did Trunk Nation, it was just a great fucking
Nice.
trip.
Sounds like you were really busy.
Oh, God. I was crazy busy.
Did any big names drop in while you were there?
Well, I mean, you don't get bigger than Norton and Attell, you know what I mean? But they go on every night, like our guys go on at the store every night, like Burr and Marin and all those. Those are their guys, and they're just, just killers.
Yeah, Attell is ridiculous to me. He's
unbelievable.
Amazing. That guy, man.
Unbelievable. Which, by the way, I got to get the Stanhope book and read it. Have you read it, Aaron? The Doug Stanhope book? No. Man, I got to get that. Read that. You know?
Yeah, that's it's gonna be hard to beat that summer vacation, man. It's not really even a vacation. You were working. It sounds like you were on vacation though.
Yeah, but it really was like as radical as New York is, it was really peaceful because it was like I felt like, I don't really know anybody there, and then I got new friends right away, and I felt like I was just immediately in another world and just I didn't miss my motorcycles. I thought I would until I got home and opened the garage. I was like, oh, but my motorcycle, I don't think if I lived in New York, I don't think I would have it,
Yeah, well, goodness, I don't ride motorcycles, but I don't think if I did, I wouldn't ride one in New York.
I saw guys riding every day.
Yeah.
The streets are just fucked.
Yeah, I don't know how they do it. And then they had that movie with those guys who ride the bicycles without brakes.
Unbelievable.
That go through the city and deliver stuff. Oh, that's just nuts.
Yeah.
I guess you have to grow up there and be in that culture to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I know what you're talking about with peace because, I mean, people, when I first started my trip driving through New Mexico and Arizona, I would kind of like tweet and say, hey, woo, this is kind of scary. It's late at night. I'm going through New Mexico. There's nothing out here. And then after a while, it was just this calm. I was just like, you know what? I'm out here. If something happens, I have a degree. I'm smart. I'm an adult. I'll figure it out. And then I was just calm.
Yeah.
But then everything was great. And then, of course, everything just fell into place. Like seeing you, seeing old friends.
That was crazy,
seeing my family. It just all fell into place.
No car trouble or anything?
That's the thing I was about to say. My Toyota Prius.
Yeah. Brand new.
Never had one issue.
Brand new.
Brand new. I bought it in November. Now it has 29,000 miles on it.
Crazy.
And when I got to Charlotte, North Carolina, shout out to the Toyota guys over there. I did a maintenance check over there, and I went there. It was a Saturday. I went there at 7:45 a.m. when they were open at 8. The guy was like, "We can get you in and out." I'm like, I don't have an appointment. Man, they washed my car, took care of my car, and boom, went back to the hotel.
Wow.
No issues.
Wow.
I was the major time I was really worried about whether or not something was going to happen with my car was between Sturgis and Bowman.
Yeah.
When I was going from South Dakota to North Dakota, and I couldn't see anything for miles on either side of me.
Isn't Mount Rushmore amazing?
Mount Rushmore is crazy.
It's
you look at it
unbelievable.
and you're just like, how? How did that happen?
It's
and
unbelievable.
You just have to stare at it for a while. Actually, I sat there and just stared at it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I don't know which route you went in, but as I rode up my Harley, I've been to Sturgis 6 times, and I go to fucking Mount Rushmore every time. It doesn't even fucking matter. And as soon as you turn this one corner, you see one of the president's noses through the trees.
Yeah.
And I think it's Lincoln. And you go, whoa, man, just a nose.
Yeah.
And your adrenaline kind of goes like, you go, whoa, man, that fucking looks cool as shit. Because you just see it in photos all your life, And then I turned a corner, went up a few things, parked, and walked up to the thing, and I was like, that is fucking incredible.
Yeah.
All that gravel down below.
There's gravel down below. There's like a little forest down below, and there's, they got the rock formations all the way at the top, and you just think to yourself, and the incline looks really dangerous. You're just like, man, how did that guy do that? And they said he had 400 workers with him.
The way he did it too, where he was on the ground and he looked at the model, and then he would radio up to him or whatever. He would send messages or whatever and be like, okay, to the left a little.
Man.
I don't even know how you fucking even do that.
No wonder it took what, 13 years to build that thing?
Yeah, well, it would have been quicker, but there was like a war going on or whatever, and they had to stop for a while, I think.
That's funny.
Or there was a war and they never finished one of the presidents. It was something, I can't remember.
Yeah.
But
here's the thing too about Mount Rushmore is it's funny because you get there. Once again, I don't ride motorcycles, but you get there, you look at it, it's amazing, and then you just kind of look around and you go, huh, okay, that's it. So if you travel to South Dakota just to go see that, you're just like, okay, so what else is there? South Dakota, especially in Rapid City and Hill City, where Mount Rushmore is, has everything.
Yeah.
The rock formation, you got Crazy Horse.
You got Badlands.
There's hiking.
The Badlands.
Badlands. There's a dinosaur museum. Fishing,
it's
canoeing.
incredible.
I was like, what the hell? I could come here for 2 weeks and just chill.
Yeah.
And there's always something to do. Golfing.
It's beautiful,
I couldn't
too.
believe it. Like, Mount Rushmore is pretty much surrounded just by, like, heaven.
And when you don't go during
Outdoor
Sturgis, everything's 50 cents. Gas is like $1. Hotels are like $13, $25. Like it's because it's like this old little shit town of Sturgis, you know.
Yeah.
Rapid City's all updated and everything, but Sturgis is ancient, you know.
Yeah, I met this guy in Montana, and he was telling me that I guess I was there during the middle of all the stuff that's going on at Sturgis. And I drove through, and I just saw all these like huts and people buying stuff, and all these motorcycles and RVs, and I'm like, what the hell's going on here? I was actually gonna text you and be like, Dean, what the hell's going on in Sturgis?
Yeah.
So I met this guy in Montana, and he was like, yeah, this is the year for that. It's 2 weeks. They're gonna be there, and it's gonna be hard to get a hotel. I was gonna try and go over there, but the hotel prices hit. I was in Billings, Montana.
Yeah.
And it spread all the way out to Billings.
Let me tell you how it works. It's fucking robber. I've been going to Sturgis for years. When I first went, I stay every year at a place called Cadillac Jack's in Deadwood. Deadwood's exactly the same as it was from back in that TV show, Deadwood, although that was a set. Deadwood never changed. It's the same. It's fucking amazing. If you ever travel and go to Deadwood.
How far is that from Sturgis?
It's like 15 minutes. It's all in the same kind of area. You got like Deadwood, you got fucking Mount Rushmore. It's like a big loop, you know? So I stayed at a place called Cadillac Jack's, and the first year I went, it was $225 a night and 2 beds. So I was like, yeah, that's pretty good. It's like $100 a guy, 2 guys split a room. Next year it was like $250, all good. I was going to go last year, which was the 70th. They had fluctuation prices. The first part of the week of Sturgis is way hotter than the second week, popular-wise.
Yeah.
So the first part of the week, it was $1,000 a night.
Whoa.
$1,000 a night, and you had to buy 3 nights.
Oh, my gosh, minimum.
Yeah. And now the only reason I stay there is it's the only place with parking underground. Everywhere else you just park on the street, but they have massive hail there. Like every other day, it'll just be fucking hailing, and it's like rocks pounding your motorcycle. You can hear it. It's like ting 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 ting. Guys' paint's just getting fucked.
I never noticed any hail while I was driving, but man, the raindrops out there are humongous.
Massive,
I could hear them. Like, what the hell is going on out there?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
And it
$1,000 a night. That is.
Yeah.
Well, they know the popularity of.
Yeah. The price of that hotel, not during Sturgis, $39. $39.
That's like Coachella. Like anywhere close to Coachella.
Yeah. They pay you to go there any other time of the year. You know what I mean? Coachella, like, please come out to the desert. We'll give you dinner. You know?
Yeah.
Like, no one wants to go out there, you know?
Yeah, I was driving through Sturgis and thinking, yeah, this is the Coachella for bikers.
Yeah, yeah.
And I guess I saw billboards, they have rockers and concerts and stuff out there all the time.
Huge bands. Huge bands like I saw Aerosmith there. I saw Alice in Chains there.
Yeah.
I saw Kiss played there. Guns N' Roses played there. They don't fuck around. This is the biggest bike rally of all the world. And people come from around the world. And I think this year's number 71. So think, when it comes to 100, you know, I won't even be alive. What is it, 30 more years? You know what I mean? 80. But when it turns 100, I wish I was alive just to go see. It's going to be a billion bikers. Because the 50 year, they had like 2 million bikers or something, or 1 million bikers. It's like out of control. The town holds like 60 people.
This guy was so funny that I met in Montana. I went to a bar, a chop house, and I sat at the bar, ate, and had a drink, and this guy was there. And he's from Montana. I was talking to him, and he made me think about you because he was like, yeah, there's these idiots out there who they got these vans or they got these RVs and they drive up, they park somewhere and then they ride in like they're real bikers. And I was just like, come on, you got to do the whole biker.
So
you got to go through
dumb.
the desert.
They got the shirt that says "I rode mine" and other shirts that say like "fuck your trailer, trailer queen" or whatever, you know. But
I remember,
these guys, I'm riding. As I ride there, you ride right by trailers, you know. And you're like, what are you doing? You got now. Some bikes aren't made to ride far, but if you've got a bagger and you're putting it on a trailer and driving it to Sturgis, you're just a dick. Because that bike is made to eat up miles. It's made to go far. It's comfortable. My Road King is a sofa.
Yeah.
You put the shield on and you just ride, cruise control. That's what it's for. But these guys are fucking, they pull around the corner, take them off, and then they roll in, throw some bugs on them. Man, it was a fucking long haul, man.
North Dakota was crazy.
Yeah.
I saw a couple bikes where, what are those, the three-wheelers?
Yeah, trikes.
And I remember you kept talking about them when we did a drive somewhere, and you're like, oh, those aren't real riders.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
I would go trike as if I was older, though.
Yeah.
You know, actually, I clown the trike because you can't split lanes. That's the only reason I don't like the trike.
Oh, okay, because you have to drive it like a car.
Yeah, you might as well get a convertible car.
Yeah.
Of course you want to still ride. I get it. You know, if you're an old dude, fuck yeah, they're badass. But I realized as I get older, I would love to take a trike to Sturgis because it has a big trunk. So you can open the trunk and pack it with your stuff.
Oh, nice.
And then, since you're on three wheels, you don't need to be looking at the road, you know what I mean? You can actually drive it like a car and now enjoy the scenery that you're riding around. You just fucking on a three-wheeler, you're not like, whoa, you know what I mean? And so I think the trike is the ultimate ride out to Sturgis as an older dude, just cruising with your shit in the trunk, cold drinks and shit.
Nice.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, I did notice, though, like, because I also went to Scotland in Canada, after a while, man.
The
when
Prius
you're driving,
made it to Scotland?
I flew to Scotland. But driving through Canada, you after a while, you just look around, you're just like, wow, everything's the same.
Yeah.
The trees, the view, the vistas. The only difference is how you take everything in.
Yep.
Like, you're just sitting there like, oh, wow, okay, what kind of tree is that? Look at the cloud formations were gorgeous across the country, man. They kept changing, and depending on if there's a fire or if it rained.
Yep.
Yeah, but I know how to appreciate all that kind of stuff. So.
I'm glad you're
really
back,
nice.
dude.
Oh man, I'm glad I'm back. But now with I got a ticket, an Uber ticket for dropping someone off. Now that I'm back home, I'm just like
life hits you in the face,
take
right?
me back to North Dakota.
Life hits you in the face when you come home from vacation.
In the face.
That's always the weirdest thing about vacation, and we'll wrap it up on this. It's like you come home and you've decompressed from this vacation.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, yeah. And as soon as you open the mailbox, real life comes fucking back out and hits you in the face.
And also, I remember I was driving down from California. I'm like, all right, I'm at my last state. I'm going home. I can't wait to decompress. It's almost like someone was tracking me. I get a phone call from someone who's like, hey, man, so let's get this website going. I'm like, man, I haven't even gone home yet and touched my bed.
Yeah.
And people already need help.
Yep.
Yeah, so I just gotta get back to the grind.
Well, we're alive. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Steve, follow him on Instagram and Twitter, @SteveHenry.
Thanks for having me, bud.
Absolutely, and I love you, man. What a great trip you did. And also Spicer, follow him. Spicer on Twitter and Christian_Spicer on Instagram. And I'm Dean Delray. And thanks again. Don't forget to rate and review and subscribe to this podcast. The more people that subscribe, I can't say it over and over, it makes it higher in the ratings. And I was number 180 today, which is great. Anytime you're in the top 200, it's fucking happening.
That's awesome.
Thank you. And, one last thing. I'll be at the Comedy Store all weekend. This comes out on Thursday, so today would be a Thursday. I will be in the main room on Saturday night, main room, 10 o'clock show. And, Sunday, I'm going to be in Salt Lake City. Utah headlining one night at Wise Guys this Sunday, the 14th. Come out. Fuck yeah. I can't wait, man. I did Salt Lake a couple of weeks ago with Alice in Chains. What a great town. Can't wait to go back. So come out to Wise Guys. Thanks for tuning in, guys. See ya. Candles lit.